Good morning, book lovers of the internet. Welcome or welcome back to the internet, to my channel as well. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe because for every subscriber, I get a new subscriber and I also read a page from a book of my choice. In today's video, I am going to be reviewing a novella by John Green from this book called Let It Snow. This one consists of three novellas, three stories by three different authors. They're meant to be three holiday romances. And I read the first one, which was by Maureen Johnson, a couple of months ago, and I wasn't particularly impressed. It wasn't really a memorable read either. And today I finished reading the second novella, the second story, which consists of about 100 pages, and I rated it 2.5 out of 5 stars, and I'll be telling you exactly why in just a couple of seconds. So I now have one short story to go, one novella rather. Not really quite sure what to refer to it as, really, but I have a story by Lauren Miracle left to read, and I've been reading Christmas books recently because I do wish to enter the Christmas spirit since it is Christmas in less than 3 weeks now. And yeah, this short story by John Green felt very much like running around in circles and pissed me off quite a lot, but I'm glad that Tobin and the Duke finally worked out because I'd been rooting for Tobin, who is the protagonist, one of the main characters in the story. I've been rooting for him. I had been rooting for him since the very beginning. And what made the story such a dull read for me was how there is so much going on and so many points in the plot that don't really seem to serve a purpose but to create some conflict in order for the reader not to fall asleep. So, in my opinion, if you are going to add so many ideas into such a short space, you should at least try to elaborate or contextualize better. And I was hoping that John Green would have been able to do that, but in my opinion, in this novella, he was not able to do so. I didn't really find this to be a cozy read, to be honest, and it wasn't much of a Christmas story either, save for the fact that it takes place during Christmas, but that doesn't necessarily make it a cozy Christmas read. And yeah, okay, it is a holiday romance in a way, but that only happens during the final couple of pages. The story itself, by the way, is called A Cheertastic Christmas Miracle, and I do understand why it can be referred to as such, but once again, only because of the final few pages, and he took way too long to get to the point, could have been much, much better. Now, there were some positive things about this story as well. Um, the ending was very sweet and very comforting after such a long story of dragging on, not much happening, and so many problematic things happening which didn't really seem to serve a purpose and which were never properly resolved. So the banter did tend to be quite funny at some points, and it would be cool to have someone feel about me the same way the Duke felt about Tobin all along. The Duke, by the way, is a female character who is referred to as the Duke rather than the Duchess because of an event which happened a couple of years before. And I don't really want to spoil anything, but basically, she does take it quite personally that people seem to think of her as a guy rather than a lady. But she doesn't let on because she creates this facade where she is so comfortable with not sharing or expressing her emotions, her feelings, which I suppose is a trait that guys seem to possess in general as well. So, I mean, JP is also one of the main characters, and he is quite clever, and his goofiness did indeed improve the story. I do like how the car has a name, and it's called Carla, which is, I wouldn't say perfect, but it's a good name for a car. And I do know of some people who seem to find nicknames or have names for all their belongings, and that I think is quite a wholesome thing to do. The writing itself was fine, but my biggest issue was the plot, really. It could have been much better, especially considering that people only went out and bought this book so many years ago when it was published because it has John Green's name on the cover. Otherwise, I don't think that Maureen Johnson and Lauren Miracle would have sold as well. But let me know what you think of this collection of short stories in the comment section down below. I am going to be reviewing these ones individually because they are all different authors, and I feel as though it's only fair to speak of them individually. I am reading books which are also a bunch of short stories, but if they're by the same author, um, it depends on how many there are. Sometimes I will review them individually, sometimes I will review them as a whole. You will see this when I make a video with regard to The Lantern of Lost Memories. But anyway, that is all I had to say about this novella short story thing by John Green, A Cheertastic Christmas Miracle. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out the rest of my content because why not? It's absolutely amazing. And I will see you in the next one, hopefully, very, very soon. Bye, guys.